to share, I believe, what I've been working on. So I've finished writing 2 books. I think I've mentioned that before. No, I had finished one. I had written another book since. So the first book is called The Template for Love. The second book is called The Inner Work to Love. And I've scripted like about a good 20 something audios for meditations and affirmations and Akashic healing. Because we are still in lockdown in Canada, and also in an interstate lockdown, which means to say I cannot move from Ontario to any other province. I couldn't get to, and our lockdown is at stay-at-home lockdown, so we cannot go anywhere. We just can't go anywhere. So I'm waiting for them to relieve the lockdown, or waiting for when Kevin say I can move down south, we find a way to get me back into the US. Once that is done, then, things can have some traction. I really want to launch this project. I want to create all of these audios. Started today, I wrote like about 19 affirmations this morning. So we're going to start some content on social media so that we can create awareness of We Shape Earth, and we can create awareness of to build the subscribers, to build the content, interest in the content, so that when we launch, it will be an easier transition. So that's moving quite well. I've only like every day was like today. Today was just awesome, like today is 555. There's this energy of that shift that's occurring, and it's awesome. I just woke up this morning and I felt like, yes, can every day feel like this? It felt just so good, like energetically, it felt so good. I know we're facing with an upcoming retrograde transit for Mercury. And again, that will bring about some challenges with respect to technology. We just have to be mindful of it. Mercury is also the planet for communication, which also is the number 5. And that will create challenges in communicating in relationships, in organizations, in interpersonal relationships, and even relationship with the self. So just when you understand that energy, you can be a little bit more kind with yourself and with the people that you're relating with. So I'm hoping that when I launch this course, I've also started to write a course on leadership. I've mapped out like almost 20 something, call it subsections, and hoping that by or before July or August, I can get those things created as well, because I know that I just know money is coming. I don't know when, I do not know where, I do not know how, but I just know it's coming. 5 is speaking of which, I'm getting a call from Zeke right now. I'll call him back shortly. So I know it's happening. Money is coming. And that's what I wanted, to keep everyone in the same vibration so that we all hold on to the manifestations that we want to occur.
Right. Just focus on what we know we need to do.
Yeah.
Get it structured out. So when the time comes, just slide it in. We're done. We're good.
Yeah.
We can roll.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I just wanted to kind of like just connect with you guys because it's been so long, and I wanted to share a little bit about what I've been working on. And I also wanted to keep us in all, like whole vibrational space for all of us. And so then that way we feel like we're moving.
I love it, Avin, and I appreciate all that you've been doing and putting this together. The course that we're presenting for the Soul Spark game will start June 5th, which is Climate Action Week, I believe.
Yeah.
And so, I would love you to participate with this and
Yeah.
even check out some of the work beforehand. See if we can't integrate what you're doing with this model here, because it has so many layers and it's
Yeah.
all about you creating the rules for your engagement,
Yeah.
your organization, your team, what you're doing and how it can weave into the network.
Sounds good. Yeah, definitely. So maybe we can do something next week, because this week is I'm pretty busy. So I have to share one other thing. So I recently joined up with another organization. I was in Vancouver, and here is a young professional, and I'm just giving my time to him, really, just to help build the financial structure for him to succeed. But I know in the bigger scheme of things, all of us will be co-creating together. So he has a pharmaceutical, nutraceutical company specializing in mushrooms, and mushrooms that are have been scientifically proven and have all been FDA approved for health and well-being. So targeting like stress reduction, targeting physical well-being, targeting sleeplessness and those kinds of uh, things that cause ill health. Um, so he's also branded a new coffee, which is labeled not coffee. So I know that it's just a matter of time when that just starts blossoming again. The intention is when we connect with other beings like ourselves who are highly aware, then we open the doors to endless opportunities. So that's something I've started consulting with, helping him to raise capital for his business. And then once one succeeds and the other succeeds, and then there's this cross-pollination, and what we have is, as you know, is that network just expanding and growing, that consciousness just expanding and growing. And the intention is just to connect with others in the global space and just raise the vibration of Earth, because it's so much needed right now. And I know we all feel it.
Yeah, we're all tapped into this mycelial network, and
Yeah.
the more transparent that mycelial network becomes, the faster things are going to happen. I was actually talking with Nate this morning, and everybody's telling us to slow down, right? As we've compiled all of this information and data, and then we're turning it into games and inviting others to play and create the game's metrics for their project or whatever, or their team. And people are like, well, you have so many ideas and so many things, slow down. And I'm looking at them and I'm saying, Gaia doesn't say that.
No.
Gaia says
massive and can't comprehend it.
The sun doesn't say, okay, I'm taking a time out today, I'm not going to shine. No, it shines every day. So
that's right.
It's like, if it seems massive, just zoom in.
Yeah. The Earth doesn't say, I'm not going to spin today, so you guys will have problems with gravity today. No, the Earth continues to spin, So I get you.
I mean, it's that Fibonacci sequence. One idea pops into 5.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I couldn't help it.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. I love it. You guys are so awesome. You have such a beautiful energy. I can't wait to actually meet you guys in person and have a meal with you guys and have great conversation and then truly experience the energy exchange. I know it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. Everything in divine timing, that I know. So all we have to do is just keep on holding vibrational space with the knowingness, with the conviction, with the confidence that the universe will always answer and always does.
Yes.
Right.
Amen. That's for sure.
So, if I remember correctly, you're heavily focusing on not just the educational and holistic side, but also the media, correct? Like the media.
No, not so much media. Well, yes, you're right, because the aspect of my work is going to be um, in the media, in the face of people.
Like
Something yeah, so I'm because a lot of what I'm going to be doing is going to be presented on like YouTube and podcasts and those kinds of things. I will be in the face of the media, so that's something that I'll have to grow into, because I have always been, I wouldn't say the quiet one, but I've been a little bit more on the conservative side of things. My background has been um, in finance, in organizations, leading finance and operations, but to move into the public face and then to share everything, that's been divinely guided after that long meditation I did back in November last year. So I'm fine. I'm ready for it. I've had enough signs from the universe saying, "Hey, it's time for you to share." So I'm stepping into it.
So from my shoes, because I can't speak for Lyra,
Yeah.
I have a personal vesting in that area that I want to get back to once the groundwork that takes priority is taken care of. So I'm personally interested in seeing like your vision and how things map out, and bring you to see what's on the table for like 100% Gaia, with like Gaia Fest and everything, with virtual breakout rooms and the maps and
Yes.
all the different divisions and possibilities, because it's along the same lines, going from the ground up.
Absolutely. I agree with you. I do. There is a, sorry, go ahead.
And then like what I've been personally envisioning from like my experience with helping the developers fashion Cody and the third-party plugins and stuff like that, and how they operate. Like, I want to see what our visions look like when they like meld, and who takes a hard line in what division. Like, I'm cool with all this, but not this, so we can all be on the same page.
Yeah.
And adapt to that, and just grow from it.
Absolutely.
Like,
No, there is a huge opportunity. And I know that, like, I'll tell you, my bigger vision is to, through technology, spread across the world. And technology is going to play a huge part for sure. But even with live in-person sessions, when there is that energy exchange, direct energy exchange, because technology is one thing, but in person we emit a vibration, we emit a frequency, and using sounds that have been given to me directly from the universe through my meditations, I want to be able to have live in-person sessions. And then where I see technology coming in that sense is understanding before and after implications of how sounds, because sounds have such a transformational, transcendental impact on our beings and our energy fields. So if there is some way we can show how that impacts a person, before and after, it's an awesome thing to get buy-in. If we, like I say, integrating the science that we know with the spirit that we are exploring and discovering. I can't say completely that we know, because to say that seems so but but that, like, I prefer to say that we are exploring and discovering, because we are truly discovering all that we are. And when we connect with others, we experience such a vast expansiveness. And to say that we truly experience the entirety of vastness is still far reaching from my mind. So I rather say, I'm discovering. It keeps me humble.
we're all on this path of remembering our
Yes,
divine selves.
absolutely.
And there are times when we see things in front of us that's kind of reminiscent of past lives. And I call that a pre-memory.
Yeah.
Because we're remembering what happened before, and it's
Absolutely.
happening again. And so we, that's that process of divine activation.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I have this theory about our brains and the neural network, and how people have looked at the brain and the neural network to date is that we're considered to only be using 10% of our brains at any given time, 5 to 10%.
Yeah.
My belief is that when we come to that fork in the road and start choosing the higher vibrational frequencies in our actions and interactions with others, we connect with some parts of that neural network that have been dormant.
Yeah.
And so it becomes a domino effect. And that's why we're getting these downloads. They're actually pre-memories and memories that we are now able to accept in our brain and our spirit at the same time.
Absolutely.
Before it was just spirit saying this is what's real, and our brain is saying no, what I see is real.
Yeah.
Even what we see most often is not really real. So we're in that transformation phase right now, and I think that if we keep on going along in this path of helping people recognize not only their internal relationship, but then how that affects their family and their extended family and their teams and their community, that becomes that activation that's not just in my neural network, but I'm starting to spark yours and yours and yours.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So that's why we call it the Soul Spark game, because it's a spark.
Sweet. I love it.
So yeah. I love all of this, and we need to just keep on honing our pieces in this puzzle that we're putting together.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's going to be where the jive happens, where that high vibrational frequency that you and I feel is felt globally.
Yeah, absolutely. And it is happening.
Between now and when we meet up next, approximately next week, would you put some thought and consideration into who you know and what's already laid out into forming like constructing, what would you like to see for a media branch, and who would take a position as like a guide or lead or whatever you want to call it to facilitate those, in addition to, because this is a big part, I know you get where this is coming from, including not just the media aspect, the structures, like different divisions and stuff like that are written down into like a visual map, like a mind map, for example, but the event and promotion and financial support, as far as like from grant writers, event people that put out for events, for promotions and stuff like that, to gain financial support and stuff like that. If you're able to do that, that would be a very big help, I think, for everybody. I'm hearing it sound like this is the perfect time that you want to go for that direction.
Yeah.
Please let us know if you need to consider it more or pass it on to someone else. We just all want to be on the same page so we can help facilitate and support each other in this building, not just, as a project, but on the personal level, so they can go for the jugular.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll tell you, in where I am right now in terms of creating, So that probably would be an activity I would do as we move closer to launching. Right now, I'm not in the process, in the mindset of strategy as it relates to We Shape Earth. I'm in the process of actually just creating content. So once I've lined all of those things up, then I will move out of the content, because now I know that's traction, that's in motion, and I'll go back into strategy. But I will keep your thoughts in mind as I'm creating. So when we're finished with this call, I'll just take some notes. And I know that it's important to create that foundational structure. It will come.
Right. Oh yeah, like for fundraisers, for example, just knowing what they're really passionate about and having that listed and available for us to refer to, I think would put a lot of us at peace. And it would help build the picture, because we'd have to be thinking in pretty small aspects to think you're going to be thinking of We Shape Earth. That's no doubt going to be one of your projects that you're wanting to be a part of, or
absolutely. I mean, I still have the container home project that I want to get moving forward, where you build cost-effective container homes that are fully off-grid solutions, that are really very cost-effective relative to a traditional house. You know, things like that, as something that I want to move forward to. And that's, I created that with an architect from Switzerland. Brilliant kid. Like, this child is so brilliant when I tell you. But I met him in at University of Toronto. He was learning English there, and we started off this company, and then that company was dissolved because of so many different reasons, including the person who was lecturing turned out to be a murderer. The other one was a car thief, and it was just a bunch of weird things that occurred. But all of those things occurred because I had to leave Canada to go to Florida and to connect with Kevin, and then all of these other unfolding, you know, like every event that occurs in our life, everything is deliberate. Everything is a consequence of some vibration that you send out to the universe, that the universe conspires to make happen. And that leads us all to be connected. If one piece was not missing, we would not be here. You know what I mean? So when you understand the interconnectivity of everything, then you understand and trust that the universe is always bringing to us everything that we ask for. Always.
Yeah.
And I love it.
So, for example, just having some of the snippets, base information correlated to certain anchors, like what would be the best pairing that project would fall under like one of the 17 SDGs, right? Or a subcategory of that. Just having that as a basic reference, that we can all fill in as we go, even if it's just 10 seconds or 10 minutes out of our day as the thought pops up, or we take the notes, and then at the end of the month we jot them down real quick. Everybody that comes to interconnect with us will go, okay, there's our melting pot, our base map of what's going on. And last month I didn't notice this. This is really cool. I'm going to need to check this out. So kind of that feedback loop, while we're all able to asynchronously touch base with each other, even just in part, to get a positive feel of this is moving forward.
Vibration.
Have that security in peace of mind of like, okay, things are growing. I've got more incentive now.
It creates the vibration.
Read in your thought and get your feedback on that.
Sounds good. It makes sense to me.
I'm going to send you a spreadsheet that is our tech-based community network, like contact list. And what we're doing with it is, the idea here is to have a brief summary of each organization as to what they're doing, and then where they're falling in as far as whether they're working on front end internet websites or back end of internet of website development, databasing, education, etc. And then there's another category for which SDGs are you fulfilling with your project. And when we get this list out there, we're going to be able to show proof to people that these projects are happening. And if you want to be involved in any of these projects, here's the way to get involved. You know what the categories are, you know what your interests are, what your skill set is, and where you want to be. It just makes it easier for all of the light workers that are out there running with their heads cut off like chickens to stop.
Yeah.
You know, wait
Makes
a minute,
sense.
we don't have to be frantic about getting all the holes filled. We're not the only one stopping the dam. In fact, we're breaking the dam here.
Yeah. No, absolutely. That makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. It's a good way to keep organized.
Yeah.
Have you
And
heard of
you
the
get more
project
user
yet?
feedback and interest feedback.
Yeah,
I'm
it makes
sorry.
sense.
Go ahead.
Sorry, you were saying something, Nate.
Have you heard of the Catalyst Trove project yet?
No, I haven't, but I have to jump off because I am getting a call from that CEO I told you about from Vancouver. So he's messaged a few times. So I feel that it's an important message that he needs to talk to me about. But let's stay connected. I will reach out with respect to time next week when I can. We can have whatever orientation or whatever we need to do with respect to Soul Spark, and we go from there.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. Have a beautiful afternoon. It's an awesome Wednesday. It's 5:55. New shifts are coming. Let's stay in that vibration.
Yes, indeed. And thank you for your time today, Avin.
Thank you so much for sharing yours as well. I love you guys.
Thank you for being you.
Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.